My name is Susan Moser, and I want you to come in and see my garden. I've got a lot of fun stuff I want to show you, and I hope you really enjoy it. Come on in. Right here, in this little space where you can see, I have this week's salad greens that I'm going to pick as a mix and sell to my local food co-ops. So what we have here is the remains of a beet bed. They've never been picked. This is their first time picking. They're just about perfect. This one right here, which is sort of picked out, is called Hong Vit, and it's a kind of radish. Here is red kale, very tender. That'll be in my mix this week. Here's some dill. That'll be in there, very, very tender. Here's the garden cress. That'll be in this week's mix. And here is arugula. There's a red chard and green chard right over there, which will also be part of it, and a little bit of lettuce. I'll harvest all this today. When I come back from harvesting it, it'll all be cut down. So I'll either do, as I've already shown, clip it down and put it in a bucket, or clip it down, let it wilt, and flip it. And this will be immediately useful one day after that. And I'll reseed it, and it'll be useful in 3 weeks. So in this soil, since I don't weed, I just flip the stuff under. All the stuff is there to make food for the bacteria, and the bacteria love it. They get aerated, they have food, so they have babies. And then they die off, and that makes fabulous soil. And while they're alive, they live in that little rhizosphere, and they're bringing food to the plants. So it's important to have weeds, and it's important to use them right. Rather than pulling all the weeds out and having this beautiful brown thing with no living thing showing, the thing to do is to have the beautiful brown space, but have all the living stuff still going on underneath the ground. And your soil will get richer that way, not get gradually depleted. So let's see if I can bury some of this stuff that's really too thick so I can use it topside, so I don't have to haul it off, so I don't have to make a compost pile, so I don't have to turn the compost pile, so I don't have to haul it back, so I don't have to deplete the soil while the compost is over somewhere being made. See, it's off its roots anyway. It's not going to grow. Push it in the hole, cover it up. So I can go ahead and use the soil without going through all that other soil maintenance work. Every 3 weeks, every time these beds get harvested, they get clipped down and they get flipped. And this flipping is really, really important because it aerates the soil. It puts all the green matter out of sight. So the soil is going to be able to do two things. It's going to be able to decay all the green matter and their roots and be food for the bacteria. The bacteria is what feeds the roots of the plants. So I'm feeding the bacteria, the roots of the plants will feed me. I'm flipping it back in so they're continuously fed. I'm not killing any worms. I'm not really seriously disrupting the soil profile, whereas a rototiller would just annihilate everything. So I'm doing that, and then after this gets flipped in and it's completely out of sight, as this is right here, which got flipped recently, I'll be able to seed in it immediately. So the soil will be doing two things at once, composting and growing salad greens, and I'll not have to weed, nor will I make any compost. This flipping is really, really important. In explaining it to other people, I've realized the key points are the blade of the shovel needs to go down pretty much straight down, not at an angle. And if you put the blade straight down, then you can pull back on the shovel, and then that'll provide a way to get the soil out of the ground. And then after I get the soil out of the ground, I put everything green, I sort of roll it over so everything green is on the bottom of the hole and everything that's soil is on the top. And there are nothing showing. It's like totally no weeds, nothing challenging the new seeds that are about to come on. I use these boards to make the little rows. And if you'll notice how straight and concise the little rows are, this is how they get made. It's by these boards. And instead of walking on the soil and compacting it, I actually step on the part that I'm going to use to make the little troughs to put the seeds by standing on the boards. Years ago, I got involved with selling to a local school district, and I've done it throughout the years and off and on. And since then, I have theoretically moved on to my more local school district. And this is the notion of local farms selling to local schools to give kids good things to eat and give farmers an additional source of market. These are sort of like three legs of a stool that will have lots of stability. We've got the farm to school, which includes the farmers and the kids getting good food. The third stool of that is school gardens, where the kids get their hands on, it doesn't have to be a very complicated garden, but they get their hands on real food coming out of the ground, and that gives them the whole notion. It gives them the idea of where their food comes from, and that stuff in the cafeteria, where it comes from. So the whole idea about this is to keep it local, so it becomes part of the local culture, and local people are supporting the whole idea. So we've got gardens started in 15 local schools, and the design of which is different in every school, because every school has different situations, logistics, different amount of money, different amount of space, different lighting, different soil, different everything. So every school garden is different. So the fun is to go in there, and after they've expressed interest, help them design a garden that is low-key, low maintenance, and realistic, because teachers are very busy. In these school gardens, there is an endless curriculum that can be applied to what the kids are doing inside the classroom. So it's a really exciting place. You can just Google this. It's the easiest way to find out information, is to Google school gardens, or to get more specific about your request and find out what's going on in your state or around the country. And if nothing's going on in your area, and if you are going to be the initiator of this, the way to do it is, from what I understand, how it got going in my local school district, is to get more than one parent, get several parents with differing interests, and go to the school and say, can we address having good food for our children?